Well, hello, one and all. Good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever, middle of the night, whatever you fancy. Welcome to episode 72 or 3? Oh man, I don't know. Wait, well, hold on. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 73 of TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded. DankNStein here. And it's been a little while since we've had an episode, so apologies for that. I've been busy, but look, I have been busy. I have earned the break between episodes. We've actually done a lot of this on streams, so many of you will have seen this, but I'm guessing a lot of you won't have seen all of this progress. And as you can see, we are making some progress here. Towers are finished now, 3 layers up, yeah. You got most of these back walls now worked out as well. So yeah, it's all looking quite good. Like, let's just talk through it all. For those of you who haven't caught the live streams, well, you can see, I mean, you can just see what we're doing. We got some pine there. That was one of the later additions. These, you know, this theme we'd already established a while back, but it's this layer above. These towers, we just felt like going up 3 wasn't quite too much repetition. And, you know, the building's big. The building has to be big because of the size of this front door. So our, you know, that wall that I've built up there, that's what I'm marking as being my kind of minimum height for the ground floor. I think if the ground floor was any smaller than that, the door would feel... I mean, the door is already gratuitous, but it would feel even more so. Now, there's a lot of basalt being worked into this build, but I want to reassure you that is just a foundation level thing. I don't see us using as much basalt once we get above the foundation level. The idea is that the basalt bricks are the firmest of the materials we've used here, and so they're going to make up a lot of the foundation. These pillars obviously are more golden, and that's going to be the theme when we continue upwards. If we look at our resource situation here, we have 40 blocks of basalt bricks left. I think we've actually got a few more in the cupboards somewhere. The cupboards in the chests. And then obviously the interior here is completely... Are we trapped? Oh no, look, we have these little holes. I wonder if we can use this staff and get through those. The answer would be yes. Yes, we can. Good to know. Very good to know. There are a few other like finer details there that I'm quite proud of with how this build is progressing. I'd also like to show off in this episode. So we'll just do a little tour of the build so far to show off some details. Before we get into what we're actually doing today in this episode, we're going to probably leave this. We might do a little bit of building off camera so I can show you some progress. But I think essentially the building of this we can just update you guys on in live streams update you in episodes and just do the bulk of the work in live streams. But look, this is something I wanted to show you, is that we realised that acacia wood is actually a nice highlight there. Those doors in acacia are nice. These little corner windows I also really like with the pillar over top. But look, you can see here, we've not done what we're supposed to over here. Let me see if I've got some... Yeah, here we go. Look, okay, so we can actually do a little bit of building together here. And I can show you one of the other things we worked out. You might have noticed these over on the other side, but, you know, this pillar, I think it was Michael who pointed out that the resident crossbeam expert in the DankNStein community, I think Michael pointed out that this crossbeam looks somewhat unsupported. And I guess there was toying with the idea, I can't remember, did we toy with the idea of doing that? And it's just a bit too beefy. Oh look, I also don't have an axe. Okay, we need to make a new red steel axe in today's episode. That's definitely something we'll do. But yeah, we decided it was kind of encroaching on the path, on this sort of pathway too much. But just single blocks like that also felt somewhat, just a bit too blocky. But then you chuck a fence underneath, and yeah, we liked that. Now, I guess, again, there's that argument. I'm not sure I'm up for it, though, personally. I think what I like is this kind of diagonal movement in towards the wall. But we could, like, you know, add features to our weird bits here, you know. I mean, would it be strange if they went all the way up? Maybe we are going to do some building today. I actually quite like that, but as is always the case. Oh yeah, and the other idea with these alcoves go all the way around, and the idea was to put armor stands here, black steel. Yeah, I'm for it, you know. I'm actually for it. I think they add details, add a level of detail that I like. So let's just run around quickly and place all of those in, shall we? Well, would you look at that? The total number of fences we have. We are just one alcove short, 8 pieces of fence, unless there were more in these chests. Which there were. Whee! Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a nice addition. I don't know, you guys might disagree. Maybe we end up removing it later. I think it's good. I think it makes sense. It makes it feel like an internal space a little bit more. I don't know. And then the armor stands, I think, will complete it. And maybe at that point, we want to get rid of the middle torch to give the armor stand. In fact, I might just do that now to give when the armor stands go in, to give it a bit more, you know, impact. In fact, you know, I couldn't resist. Here they are. Here it is. It's actually kind of interesting. I'd forgotten about a few of the dynamics that, you know, that are present with armor stands. So firstly, I decided acacia, even though they don't match the pine there. I think for our highlights, we're going with acacia, and it makes sense. Plus, they're going to be covered in armor anyway. But watch. I mean, shall I show you? It's going to be expensive to show you, but let me show you. If you place an armor stand in this pack, a TFC armor stand, I don't know why, but this is what I've worked it out to be. This is my theory anyway. If you place an armor stand on a slab, it just vanishes. It just doesn't show up. I think we've had this in a previous episode. That's gone forever. That's not like just a weird entity, like a block that's not showing up. Like I can walk into it. It's like it's gone. It just goes into the world and just disappears. So we got to get rid of the slabs and then put a whole block there instead. And so I've just been doing this just because they were on my inventory. Yeah, so we're just going to finish deleting the middle lights and throwing the armor stands in. All right, cool. Last but not least, and so it looks like, did we make? Yes, we made 1 spare. I think we can deal with that. Yeah, cool. Looking good, and like, you know, it is a bit red, isn't it? But there'll be armor on it, and it's like a little highlight. It's a little bit of something fresh for the eyes, eh? We got enough glass. Oh look, there's actually quite a lot more. Oh, we can't put armor stands in chests. Okay, I'll just put it there. We've actually got quite a lot more basalt here. Oh, part of me does want to keep working on the top, but no, let's mix it up now. Let's call it for here, and let's do some other stuff this episode. Okay, so here's a good project for today's episode. It's a lot of redstone alloy. And what we're doing with that is making our beacons, and we can actually make more redstone alloy. I think this is the recipe. Is it as simple as that? Yes. Great. So let's deposit all of our silicon and redstone upstairs. And when I say upstairs, I just mean like above this guy. Okay, that's good. I mean, there's definitely more redstone than silicon here, but it's fine. Both of these materials are fairly infinitely, you know, generatable for us. But also, like, just look at the wooden chest. The wooden chest just needs some attention. It just needs some love. Like, we can't live like this with this much redstone. So we need to do something with the crazy amount of redstone we got, and it was from one of the ore excavator chunks that we emptied recently that gave us all this cryolite. And when you actually process the cryolite itself, oh, we're 164 stacks short. This is just typical. Yeah, when you process the cryolite itself, I think it gives you silicon, but actually even rowdier than that, I think we can just produce silicon from sand, potentially. But I mean, look, our redstone chest itself, we kept all this cryolite in case the cryolite itself was more useful and we needed to keep it for processing later into something else that we didn't understand, or, you know what I mean? You don't want to push everything forwards into its final form in case you can't go back to the form you actually need. But we've got a lot of blocks of redstone here. And as you saw, that redstone alloy recipe actually uses dust, not redstone. So the amount of redstone we have is like verging on like unnecessarily, well, it is unnecessarily large amounts. And if we found just one more cryolite chunk with the ore excavator, you know, then we can do all this again. So it's really easy to actually replicate. It's not like we're rich, but it took us a long time. We're rich and it was easy. So yeah, that's good reason for making beacons out of this stuff, I think. Silicon reserves, I believe. Oh no, it's the quicksilver that really overflowed. I thought we had like chests full of silicon somewhere. Maybe not. If we just look then at silicon, we can convert sand into silicon at a 50% chance, but do you remember that we can also generate infinite sand? So that's what we need to do. We need to be producing lots of silicon to match the crazy amounts of redstone that we already have. Ah, look, it's almost as if I'd set these balls in motion a while back. So let's take as much sand as we can. Yeah, it is, the cauldron's in there. Great. So I think that's right. I think you just throw sand in and the cauldron kind of compacts it into sandstone. And then, of course, our friend over here will turn that back into sand. And then the sand goes back through the sag mill to create the silicon. So now that we've got that going, we throw all this up here. So we know we're going to get a load of sandstone out here. And we can make more sand with that. So the rest of the sand over here can be processed. I mean, unless what we want to do is like go exponential with this. You could throw all this sand. In fact, let's do it. If we're going to make an episode out of this, let's really go to town, yeah? Throw all this in here. We're going to convert all of the sand we have into sandstone. So then all of that sandstone can go back through the sag mill, and then we'll probably start splitting it in half. Half through the sag mill to make silicon, half back over here to make more sand. Or sandstone to make more sand. Do you know what I mean? Cool. And so then we just need to do some maths down here. So let's go. Okay, good. We landed. We didn't die. That was kind of fun, though. Okay, yes, we're doing 6 beacons at once. So we need to also go and fight a load more withers, I guess. Maybe that could be a nice Friday night fight night. We'll try and fight 6 of them at once. Now, this one we made half out of aluminium because we had a lot of aluminium, but it turns out we didn't really have anywhere near as much aluminium as we thought. A 4x5 is 20. And then you're expanding immediately to a 6x7, yeah? So I know what maths I need to do. 4x5, 6x7, 8x9, and 10x11. Yeah? Alright, let's do that maths as we walk up the slope. Wait, I think I did this maths on exactly on a stream walking up this. Maybe I even did it in a previous episode. That would be bad, isn't it? Am I just repeating myself? Have I gotten that boring? Okay, so we need 244 blocks of redstone alloy for each beacon. So actually it's going to be a lot. It's like we need to do this like 4 times. 4 full stacks, you know, 64 would get us 256, right? And we need 244. So you've got a few spare, but essentially it's 4 stacks of blocks is what we need. Okay, so that may be roughly the right amount of redstone if you think we've done over a third of the total, and we've got some redstone alloy blocks there as well already. So then in terms of 2 or 3 more groups of 9, yeah. I think, you know, if we were to fill this chest with silicon, we'd be getting very close to being done. Now we can grab just some of this sand and I'll just start to demonstrate. If we put the sand back through the sag mill, the output then becomes silicon. The redstone is the slightly more finite. I mean, if you think, so that's enough redstone for 1 whole beacon. That's another beacon. That's another beacon. That's, you know, we've got enough redstone to build ourselves a load of beacons. The question is, how many beacons do we actually need to get the joys of these effects everywhere in our world? Aha. And I suppose I should say, like, when I say our entire world, I actually just mean, you know, our bit of our world. This is interesting. Where I'm standing right here, which is about 50 blocks away, we have had the regen and the speed, no, not the speed, one of the others, whichever one it is, disappear, right? We're like a block away, but we're still getting the others. So if we move a couple blocks here, there we go, the strength and the regen comes back, yeah? So it's 50 blocks, but we need to be aware of the fact that there may then be these individual, like these single blocks. If we just went exactly 50 from this edge, the guys that we have set up on these beams are like 3 blocks away. So it has to be like 50 from here to the one that's on the far side. Or else, I need to remember the order, like the exact... Yeah, oh man, what I need to do is know the layout of the 6. So that then if the layout of the next beacon I make is the same, that's maximum efficiency for spacing them out. Oh god, we're going to have to count this precisely. But I suppose it's also worth looking just at, like, if I get rid of F3 for a second, it's also just worth looking at Journey Map ahead to plan this a bit. This is in the middle of our base, which is fine, but everything's expanding out in quite a few different directions. Like, I don't know if this was in the best place, this one. but I don't really feel to move it. I think we just keep producing beacons, but I mean, for now, the most obvious place is to put one here. Now, hold on, they have a 50 block range, so we don't need the next one there. They need to overlap. It could be like 99 blocks away, couldn't it? And then they overlap by 1 block in the middle. So actually, when you think about it like that, I don't know, I still think we might end up needing 9. If we did do 9, it would be so epic. It would cover this whole massive area. It would be intense. Look at the windmill, looks cool from above. I think we might have to shoot for 9. It would just cover this entire area. It would be really cool. It's a huge undertaking though of redstone and silicon production. But if we just have it going on in the background at all times, it's not the end of the world. I think we can do it. Now, why don't we, as a completely random project, let's just get rid of all of this willow here that doesn't look so hot, and let's replace it with a load of fake grass blocks that won't grow trees, but that will. Wow, that's a lot of great wood. It's even overflowing into here. Yeah, cool. Let's make a load of slabs and make a load of fake grass here. You know, just while all these processes are going on in the background, let's take that silicon. That's now empty. That's cool. So yeah, we're just going to be doing this a lot this episode, running around. Right, just as the silicon's run out there, we can top it up, which is beautiful. That's still going. In here, we can start to put our slabs now, but we can come over here actually, grab this sandstone, and start the next batch over here. Yeah, and as the sand comes in there, we'll throw it back in and make silicon. Something like that. I don't know exactly. As long as we keep our eye on the amount of sand left in here, we'll be fine. Right. Okay. It's a slab production session here. Look at that, perfectly divisible. Okay, nice. So chuck those in. We start getting our weird grass slabs. The only thing I want to check, I guess we can always like push them into blocks, right? Because what I remember about these slabs is that they're like transparent underneath. Yeah, they are. Yeah, these behave weird. So hold on, this actually might not work, or might not look very good. Okay. Well, not the end of the world, but obviously that doesn't quite work. But for now then, while those are being produced, why don't we just go for the inside? We could leave like a willow rim. What do you think? Is that stupid? Let's grab a little bit of this and just chuck some down and see what happens. Like if it was like this. Maybe we replace the willow rim in the long run with genuinely silk-touched dirt blocks. Yeah, let me do all this now, and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. In fact, you know what? I'm just having to break all of these blocks with my axe. Not with my axe, with my saw. But I'd like an axe, so let's make an axe. We did say we were going to do that this episode. Yeah, we don't have one at the moment. Red steel's fine by me. Okay, red steel axe coming right up. Okay, shit. I just put the red steel ingot in here. It like smelted all the way through, but because I think this lever was still switched on, it just got immediately poured out into here, which actually reminded me. A lot of metal here to go downstairs as well. Right. Lovely. Now let's go enchant the little fella. You know what I am really feeling as a project? We might look at this towards the end of this episode as well, once we've kind of dealt with that, and we keep progressing our beacon progress. But I might want to just go down here and actually see if we can use some automation on the XP berries. I mean, that would be disgusting if we could do that. Anyway, right, here we go. Auto-Smelt. It's almost like, what does that do then if we chop down a tree? anything. It's got no efficiency on it, like nothing worth having. And it burnt the logs away. It burnt the logs away, didn't it? Like the logs just didn't appear anywhere. Does it do the same to planks? If it does, this is the most useless axe ever. Okay, no, we can still mine planks with it, but like super slowly as well. Like it could have efficiency on it, this thing, but we can't chop down actual trees with it, so it's super complicated. Like this axe is crap. I guess we just use it for this. Let's just use it for this project now, and then I don't know, maybe we'll have to make another one another time. All right, anyway, on with the show. All right, and just checking in then after the first one here. It does make quite a big difference, doesn't it? And I mean, I don't really like the willow trim either, so most likely we will be getting rid of that when we can have the patience to silk touch all this stuff. Cool, yeah, that works. So we'll just do the other three now, keeping our eye on all the other processes that are continually going on up here. All right, well, we're nearing the end of this process now, and it looks great, actually. I'm not even that adverse to the willow strip anymore, now that you can actually look across it and just see the grass colour, but it may not be the best. It may not be the best thing. Anyway, we just got to finish off this back corner here, and then we're done. Now, just for the comments, if anyone does know how to remove enchants, it's probably with the... There's probably a de-enchanter or something. I don't know. There must be something in this pack that lets us do that. Obviously, this is 1.7 Minecraft, so we don't have some of the newer features available to us just from the base game anyway. But I'm sure one of the mods in this pack does do that for us. I think it's the only answer, really. I mean, Auto-Smelt on an axe. It just means it's an axe that we can only use for planks. That's just so useless. So unbearably useless. Right, that's nearly done. A 9th stack there. Yeah, cool. So we're nearly... It's a little bit mad, this. I mean, it's going to be a very long part. We might not get to building a beacon today. Maybe we can dig the hole at least. We can maybe dig the hole. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's way better than it was. It may not be perfect. It's way better than it was. All right, so let's have a crack at this then. So if we're stood, we actually want to be stood over the top of this one on the back left, yeah? So that's 264 by 8169. Yeah, so 264. Let's just stay on 264. Now the 8169 will go to 8269. Yeah? We're basically saying that this is where the next beacon will be. Out of interest then, going about 50 blocks in each direction this way will show us the kind of edges. So let's do that. So 265, 271. Yeah, this is about it. This is about the limits. So yeah, it's good. It's actually good, because we kind of knew already that we would want to probably put a grid, like a bit more going this way. So we will do that. That's fine. Okay. Well, let's just continue to map these out then. If we can put all 9 of them around the map, that would be good, wouldn't it? So this time, going that way then, we're going to stick on we're going to stick on minus 8169 in the Z-axis and go all the way over to minus 364. Okay, so 169 in Z, we need to keep our eyes on that. 169, this one here, and then coming down to 3... What was it? 364, wasn't it? So we've got a little way to go. So let's hopefully get this all sorted right now. But that's what I think it is. And so there, that's the equivalent of that corner. But remember, we do a 3x3 because it's easier to dig, and because that's what the excavator demands. So that marks it. And then the idea, well, I don't know whether this is going to work or not. Let me light this up. And in fact, it might be worth us having a sleep. But the idea then is that I'm just going to use sand to fill this. Does vanilla sand fall like TFC sand? No, it falls like vanilla sand. Good. Okay, good. So that is what we want. this will work then. Suddenly imagining it like it's not going to work like it does in vanilla, but it actually should. How deep is it down there? Okay. Yeah, we've probably got enough sand here. This is good. Arguably, we might want those filled with stone rather than sand anyway. So maybe once we've built this, or once we've kind of filled this with sand, we could actually swim down and just cover the edges in stone. Okay, right, let's try this. I can't see anything down there, but whatever. I'm guessing this will work. Okay, I'm finished. So let's see how messy the reality was. I don't have any ladders, but I guess we can get out with the staff of traveling. So yeah, let's just let our curiosity get the better of us here. Right, okay, there we go. So as I suspected, there may be gaps, but they would be small and minimal and, you know, easy to deal with. So I bet we're going to get another one here. Yep, there we go. A couple more. But probably we're good to go now. Oh, one more. Yeah. Maybe shouldn't be destroying these like that. We could still cause cave-ins over there. So that's the location of that one. Very, very casual. Right, I think I actually got my orientation slightly wrong, but I've just double-checked the location, and this is the location of this fourth one for this corner. We could move it. Like, we could move it slightly inwards so that the beams came out of the middle of here. And that would then make a little bit more sense with this build. So like I'm saying, if we moved it 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 spaces that way, of our final square, you know, our final 3x3 square, this particular corner, then we'd just have less of the sea, less of over there. If you came out into, if we wanted to expand our farm over to there, we may then see issues where we're not actually getting our status effects. But we would be able to keep the integrity of this build, and we just move it into that space there. The dock then has this huge beam coming out of its roof. Whatever, it would look okay. So we'll probably do that. Now, as we've been doing many episodes in a row, let's just quickly check on progress in here. I think everything should still be going along. Oh yeah, this guy's still swordless. Until we make him swordless, it doesn't matter. We've just been collecting power here, haven't we? Is Whaler switched off for me right now? Right, look, this guy is actually nearly half fully charged. So it's good it's getting some charge. So we should make a sword. A looting 3 sword for Killer Joe, shouldn't we? Looting 3, unbreaking 3. That's the next upgrade. So the question is, what kind of sword then? I'm guessing, yeah, go on. Right, okay, so last thing for this episode then. Let's have a bit of luck after our bad luck earlier with the axe. Let's go. Okay, Bane of Arthropods is quite good. Presumably a blue steel sword will deliver a one-hit kill to a spider anyway, but in case it won't, certainly will now. The knockback I don't think is a problem, but we want to throw looting 3 on it and unbreaking 3, otherwise the whole thing's a little bit of a farce. Alright, this is interesting. I've not actually seen... Oh, so there's some sharpness, but we just don't have any unbreaking or any looting at all. So like repair might be good because it might make it last longer, but it's still not going to make it looting-y. So yeah, I don't think we're going to have time to look at automating this episode because we're already running quite long in terms of content, but also it's taken me about 2 or 3 weeks to make this episode because of well, in the UK at the moment, to give you the story, in the UK at the moment we're starting to, like, restrictions are starting to ease, and so my day job is kind of becoming a thing again that I need to, you know, turn my attention to. What I decided was that I would just forego the edited stuff, which is more time consuming, and just try and keep streams going as best I could. Anyway, it's been a busy time, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me through it. And yeah, in the interest of getting this episode out today, let's save the automation of XP berries for next time. So looting is just heads, and unbreaking is 3 pieces of obsidian. Yeah, cool. Okay. 22 levels for an unbreaking 3 book. Absolutely beautiful. And then 40 levels for our looting 3. 40 levels. I think this is enough. Probably not going to have the levels to actually apply these enchants, but let's see if we can. So, and also this anvil looks like it's likely to break soon. What's more important? The looting is more important. To me, the looting is more important. And then if we can make it unbreaking and last forever too, that's great. But I think more efficient to make it a looting thing, because I guess so. There we go. And then will this work? Only 17 levels to get unbreaking through in it too. And then, I mean, this really is our dream sword. If we can get to 17 levels from this, we are going to do it. It's so good. Bane of Arthropods 5. The knockback 2 we could take or leave, but the looting 3, unbreaking 3, Bane of Arthropods 5 is surely, on blue steel, the perfect sword for the situation, yeah? Must be. And probably this looting 3 sword is going to show us results better than we've ever seen. Now, why? Oh, they're floating around everywhere, probably because of our magnet. Our magnet is...
Hello, Daddy.
Hey, darling. Yeah, so I think just then it was our magnet interfering with the drops that they couldn't get sucked up by the vacuum hopper because we were sucking them in the opposite direction, so they just floated forever. I also think all this XP is being wasted. So next episode, let's get some liquid piping and a big tank of XP on this wall. So yeah, safe. I'm gonna log out, guys, and we can log back in next episode and do that straight away so we don't waste any of the XP. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your patience with me recently. There's probably going to be another couple of weeks or so at least of things being a little bit slower, but we'll regain our momentum soon. And you know, once things get back to normal for my day job, then things will all be much more manageable again. So thank you. Subscribe, like, share, give me a thumbs up and a whatever. I don't know. I'm bad at it. Just be good to me on social media and I'll see you soon. Safe.